In the Georgian capital, Tbilisi, 3 former senior police officials were arrested in connection with the killing of 2 men in 2006. The 2 men were shot in their car by special forces. Prosecutors said the operation had been motivated by personal revenge, with false evidence used to make it look like the victims were members of a criminal gang. The father of one of the victims, who had campaigned for the police officers to be prosecuted, was killed by a bomb planted at his son's grave last month. In Turkmenistan, long queues formed in front of foreign exchange booths amid rumours the national currency, the manat, was to be devalued against the US dollar. In Mare province, hundreds of people were seen lining up to buy dollars. The manat was already devalued by 18% last month, and restrictions have been imposed on how many dollars people can buy. Events have been held in Ukraine to honour the victims of a rocket attack which killed 30 civilians in the port of Mariupol last month. Crosses with the names of the victims were placed outside the Russian embassy in Kiev on February the 1st. Later, in Mariupol itself, candles were lit on the central theatre square. United Nations has said the rockets were fired from separatist-held territory and deliberately targeted civilians. Several dozen people protested in Peshawar in northwest Pakistan against frequent power cuts. The protesters said the power supply remains suspended for almost 18 hours a day. Pakistan is suffering from an ongoing energy crisis, and protests against power outages have become increasingly common. In the northern Bosnian town of Tuzla, workers from several troubled factories protested because a local government has still not been formed 4 months after elections. Workers from shoe, furniture and chemical plants gathered at the local assembly, demanding a new administration be formed quickly to address serious economic problems faced by their factories. Last February saw rioting in Tuzla, which is affected by high unemployment and chronic corruption. And that's the video roundup from Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty.